This show is sponsored by Lila Arboretum Society.
Hi, I'm Vi Gogol, Master Gardener, and we're on the Battle Creek Garden Tour, and we're at the home of Kay Wallace. Hello, Kay.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, bye.
There's a lot of neat stuff here in your front. See, you mentioned your flagstone walkway that you put in, and you've got flagstones stacked around the borders. Let's see, where shall we start here?
This is oregano. This yellow is oregano.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it is. And
I've never seen it yellow
you'll
before.
You'll have to taste it later. And then this is daisies. It's banana cream, so it's a yellow daisy. And of course,
one blossom left?
well, there'll be more. This is just starting.
Oh, it's just starting.
This
Good.
is just starting. It's a clematis. It's a bell of walking. W-O-K-I-N-G.
Yeah,
very
I've
strange.
seen that in the catalog.
Yeah.
Okay.
My sister's favorite.
Okay, and then over on this side. Ooh,
Of course, more clematis and
yeah, that's got lots of blossoms
Parents'
on
Pride, I think.
it. Yeah, because their blossoms are smaller than
Right.
than that other
Right,
one
right.
that everybody has.
Yeah, and then of course we've got antiques and all sorts of things.
And the rose, do you know the name?
That's the double knockout.
Double knockout. I have
Yeah.
one. I have one just like that.
Yeah, because you don't have to. I like them because you don't have to cover them in the winter, and you can prune them or not prune them or whatever you want to do.
And they keep blooming.
Yes, they bloom all summer. My
And-
husband keeps stealing them to give to the waitress at the restaurant they go to.
Well, let's go around the side here and see some of these characters you got here
Yeah.
in the garden. Ouch! I hit myself.
Yeah, there's all these.
Oh, the violas.
Yeah, aren't they doing beautifully?
You got to get a close up of those, Dave. That's beautiful. Little violas.
Yeah. Got those out at K Drive.
I don't think they had any when I was out there the other day.
I was there the second day it was open.
Yeah,
this
well,
year.
I was just there a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Okay, now your animal.
Yeah, my sister's ex-husband, who's gone now, he makes these out of farm implements, saw blades, all sorts of things, and of course that big tall one too. And then my sister repaints them every year and changes the colors or, does different things to them.
Yeah, I have one that has a shovel, a regular
Yeah,
pointed shovel for the body.
That one
like
does,
that.
and then
And then I think it's a trowel on the head. I don't know.
yeah.
But
Well, and that on the big purple one, that's welding wire. His hair is welding wire. And then of course this thing that is over the wellhead, that came from Marshall's garden tour.
at their garden.
At their sale where they have all the antiques and everything.
Yeah.
I always buy something there every year.
I try to.
Yeah, I can't help it.
If I have a kid with me, it doesn't work. They want to get out of there.
Lucky, it'll keep you out of trouble.
Yeah. And then you've got a Japanese maple
Yep,
there.
Japanese maple.
And then behind you, Dave, there's another one of those made out of
out of farm parts.
flowers.
This is really heavy. This is really heavy, and then kids they think it's ship's thing, but it's not. But this is made out of farm parts too, plow things. So
Okay.
that's pretty handy.
And then you got your mailbox behind Dave. We got a mailbox that's surrounded with
Yep,
flowers.
lilies and mums, and this, believe it or not, is a mum.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was sold as a mum, but the flowers are insignificant. I just like the leaves and everything.
Well, it's nice to.
And then of course, coreopsis and cone flowers are starting to bloom, and the lilies. And we have lots of different kinds of sedum around the yard.
Okay, well, let's go to the backyard, Dave. You got to take it out, Dave. These are.
And of course the native spiderwort. At least these lilies are all cooperating.
Yeah, they are.
I love that color. I think that's my favorite color. That and the tricolored one up there.
I like pink.
Yeah.
And you got pink hydrangeas.
Yes, I tried to
on
get
this
them.
side by the house.
Yeah, there are tons of hydrangeas. Blooms on the hydrangea every year.
Does this one die down to the ground in the winter?
No, I never cut it back till I see in the spring. I leave all the sticks there. I wait until what's having leaves, because you'll think they're dead and they're not. And then I cut out the ones that don't have. But as you can see, this one was all brown. I mean, these bloom on new and old wood.
Yeah.
So,
What kind is it, do you know?
can't remember. It's been here like 11 years.
Yeah, I've noticed that in some catalogs and on some tags, they're starting to say blooms on old wood, blooms on old and new wood. And that's so important to know.
It is, I know. You have to, if you don't make a note of that, you can. I know I have a neighbor who cut all her hydrangeas down right after she moved in thinking you were supposed to. She's never had a bloom since.
Yeah, well,
So,
that's why.
yeah. So I don't cut mine down until I know for sure it's done, it's dead. And of course these are native spiderworts.
Yeah.
We have a lot of those. They've all I've planted them. I mean, I didn't plant them. They planted themselves at my neighbors too after I had them.
Yeah, I discovered, I got a vine from somebody's garden, and I've always wanted one of the blue ones, but I never got around to getting it, and I noticed this year there's one blooming by that vine, so I must have brought it from that other garden.
Right.
Nice little surprises.
And these hostas later on, they'll have white flowers, star-shaped, and smell delicious. You know, most hostas are lavender.
Montana?
No, I had a Montana at my other house. These are old ones. They were here
The
when
blossoms hang down, or do they stand straight up?
straight up.
Gee, that's what the Montana does.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I have a Montana at the old house, but not here. These are both cranberry viburnums.
Okay.
And of course the one in front of the shed is too.
A little difference in their size.
Well, these I got for $5 a piece. I got these for $5 a piece at Lila Arboretum a couple years ago.
Oh.
So they've done really well considering they were,
And they were small to start
oh,
with.
they were tiny when I bought
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. It's nice to get them that way. Sometimes they establish better when they're
Yeah.
little like that.
Right.
I've had a lot of things that I bought that were full size almost, and now they're all funny shaped because
Yeah.
stuff died on them.
Yeah, so see the violas there, the cranberry viburnum, the kids' playhouse and everything. And the violas are doing really great. That was my sister's idea.
That's such a pretty blue.
Isn't that
It's a
gorgeous?
vibrant blue.
Yeah. And we have tons of,
See, the red hot pokers are hanging on.
oh yeah, there'll be a little bit of color left.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And then the coneflower's already starting. This is a different kind.
Yeah,
A-
it's not a
It's
purple coneflower.
paprika or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the lavender one. And I had one up front that was yellow. And then these, FCC, I only had one of these plants. And they're just everywhere now. And I got 5 of them. So I can give away these seeds.
What color are they?
These ones is purple and white.
Purple and white.
But
okay.
they're tiny flowers.
Oh,
But they're purple and white. But they're prolific, as you can see.
yeah. I thought maybe they were the native ones.
No, they're purple and white. And I bought one. And they've gone everywhere.
Is this some kind of a
This is a purple birch.
birch? Birch.
Honest, it's a purple birch. I got it at.
I guess you can tell by
Yeah.
the bigger stalks have
They're starting-
exfoliating bark.
Yeah, the bark is starting to peel, which is great.
Where'd you find that one?
Lila Arboretum plant sale.
I just wanted to get another plug in.
That's okay. I shop there every year. I can't restrain myself.
Well, I work there and I keep shopping while I'm working.
I know. Yeah, I got that, I think last year at the Lila Arboretum plant sale, and it's doing really well.
Yeah, it is. They had weeping, like purple beech, I think it was, a weeping.
Yeah, this is a birch because they have little leaves and you don't even
Yeah.
have to rake them up. And then my sister just did this mural this spring and painted it.
That's neat. I like that.
Isn't that cool? She's got another tree, a bigger tree on the other side of the shed too, but she hasn't got a person on it. She didn't get around to that part.
Well, that's all right.
Well, tree looks cool by itself.
Sure it does. Okay, and this is the other cranberry viburnum up there, the one that goes up towering over our
huge?
head. Yeah.
And I have my first daylily finally popped.
Oh,
On the newest plant. Isn't that crazy?
It's predictable
Yeah.
because it was grown in a greenhouse probably at some point in
Yep,
time.
yep.
Not the whole time, but they probably brought it in.
Guess where I got that one?
Lila Arboretum
Yes.
plant sale.
Like I say.
I like those that have the dark centers like that.
Yeah.
I have.
That one's called blackthorn.
I got one that's called Royal Braid, and I got it from
Sounds beautiful.
over there at the one that supplied us with all of our daylilies.
I've got 32 different kinds of daylilies.
I don't know how many I've got. I've never
Well,
counted
I put them
them.
on a spreadsheet, so I knew what colors they were and what their names
that-
were.
I took my sister out to Baelish Gardens, and with a lady that I just ran into
Ooh.
that was here. Her husband was having his plane work done, and I spotted it and I had to have it, and it was $75. And I was, and well, it wasn't the Royal Braid. The one I wanted, he didn't want to sell me because he had a tour group coming through and he wanted them to see it. He didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
So
And that's a Catawba tree.
Yeah.
Which
it has fishing worms on it.
It put itself there.
Yeah, they do. But he marked the Royal Braid down to $60 for him. My sister was still ready to faint that I paid that much for one plant.
And then these, of course, are Michigan native, and that's the milkweed. The milkweed, at least they're already in bloom and they smell delicious.
Yeah, are the butterflies coming to the blossoms? Because all the butterflies like the blossoms. It's only a place to lay eggs for the monarch.
Right. And I usually harvest when they're all dried out. I usually harvest some of the pods.
Your bellflower there.
Yeah, that's a Michigan native from.
It is?
Yep, I got it out at Lima Arboretum.
Yeah, I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was a Michigan native.
It's prolific. I got it on at your native table quite a few years ago. At the native table they used to have. I got it there. And
it might not be Michigan native.
Well, it might not be, but it's some kind of a native.
Because I thought it was
It is a bellflower. Yeah.
I thought it was Elizabeth, but
I don't know. It is a bellflower.
Yeah.
What I usually do to that is when they're done blooming, because the plant gets so unwieldy and wild, I just pull them all out by the roots. I just pull them out and they come back every year, all of these.
I don't know how you do that. I guess it's because it's native.
Native to somewhere. And this smoke bush I have these lime, see like that smoke bush? Aren't they just, I love the lime ones.
And I like the purple ones.
Well, and this one is a sport, because that lime one died back to the ground. Well, this sport had come up and I kept thinking I'll dig it up, put it somewhere, and I never did. So it's kind of cool looking. My husband likes those unusual shapes.
Okay.
And then the lilies again are starting to bloom, so that's great.
I can't quite see mine for the weeds.
I know, that's a job. Yeah, this garden, we've had a couple different plants in there, trying to find out what would work. It was too shady for the mums after this tree grew up. It's a royal raindrops tree. And so then I had to move some hostas in here because I lost 3 big maples in the yard over the years that we've lived here. But each one of those lilies is a different color, and a couple of them are rebloomers, which is nice, and they come back in the fall. And to keep the deer away, you can hear the radio. It's a motion detector, has a radio and a light that comes on, and you can change the radio station.
Well, I'm going to get a sprinkler.
And I use that invisible fence. You can get it at Myers, you can get it at Farm Bureau, and you spray it. It's
liquid fence.
Yeah.
Liquid fence.
Liquid fence.
Yeah.
Liquid fence. Okay.
Yeah.
But
that's what I use too.
Yeah.
And I
works.
get it at Myers.
It works because they don't eat my daylilies. They don't eat my hostas. Well, that hosta is.
Do you know what kind it is?
Not right this minute, unless I had my spreadsheet. But isn't it just gorgeous?
Do you know what that one is, Dave?
Bright lights. You have the bright lights.
I have so many.
And there are a lot of them look similar.
Yeah,
That's not.
And there's 2 summon substance back.
Yeah, they get really big.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It isn't striptease, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Striptease is that color.
Like I said, I'd have to look at my list. Yeah, the Sum and Substant don't like it back there, but
They don't?
well, because they got moved there
It's,
because
it's kind of crowded maybe for them.
yeah, because of this pine tree, which is I like the yellowy green colors, and that's what that is up at the top. It's yellow because it's supposed to be.
You can see it from your
Yeah,
deck.
it's beautiful from there. And this is my granddaughter's favorite daylily because it's called strawberry candy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, there's daisies back there and bee balm, and the crocima are going to be beautiful in a while too, along the fence.
Yeah, the hummingbirds love those.
Yeah, they're just a gorgeous color.
I had a beautiful stand in my garden, and it was too close to a zebra grass, and so I dug them up and moved them, and they didn't survive. They liked where they were.
I've never planted grasses again.
I love the grasses.
I did, but they've taken over my whole hut here. It's there, you know, in between the two garages. It's taken over the whole area. Isn't this a beautiful
Forest pansy.
forest pansy redbud?
Mine died
Yeah,
in
isn't
the
that
winter.
strange
two
how
winters
things
ago.
happen?
We had some really cold weather,
Yeah.
and Brett said just a couple of branches on his died, but my whole tree was gone.
Yeah, we didn't lose any, but
Yeah, it's a protected area here.
It
Mine
is.
mine wasn't in a protected
know.
area. I
Yeah.
love red buds
it makes
anyway.
a difference.
9 bark.
Yeah, that's the Dabbler 9 bark. The little one over there is a 9 bark too. I just got that this year. It's amber, some amber.
You see it? By the birdhouse.
Amber, what is it? Jubilee, amber jubilee, because all the leaves come out kind of orangey and everything. The
Probably new growth.
new leaves.
Probably if you were to cut it back, you'd probably sprout some new growth and have it
Yeah.
that color
Well,
again.
I just planted it this spring though.
Yeah. No, I mean just to take the
Oh, yeah.
tips off, and
Yeah,
that
right.
might make it
Right.
sprout new growth faster.
Yeah, because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I went by Lowe's today and couldn't find any more.
That's where you got it, at Lowe's.
Yeah.
Got to get our plugs in.
I got it at Lowe's, and I think I bought 5 bushes that day. And then this is black fennel,
Fennel.
and the granddaughter loves that too. Every time she comes here, she eats it.
Well, I tried to cook some once, and I think I waited too long to harvest it because I had never had it before, and it was hard as a rock.
Oh, the roots?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never bothered. It just comes back every year.
yeah, it will.
Yeah. And then, of course, up there's a little tiny pond and
Oh, pond
new,
and
new flagstone, our new walk that just got put in. I went to River's Edge Landscape and bought 1,600 pounds of this rock. I didn't need 1,600 pounds, but I took the whole
Pallet.
skid.
yeah.
And I thought,
Did they deliver it for you?
oh yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say I
into the front of the garage.
about blew the tires on a van once trying to. He's
Yeah.
getting a picture of the pond. I can't see it, but he can
No.
see it up there.
Yeah, there's a hippopotamus and a little elephant.
I can see the
Aren't
elephant.
they cute?
And there's another Japanese maple.
Yep, that's a lace leaf bark. I got that out at K Drive just this spring.
They've gone in a lot.
But I planted it before the frost.
Yeah.
The last frost,
Yeah, I had
which was a bad idea.
I had a hydrangea that was in full bloom, and I didn't do anything to it. It wasn't planted. It's a reddish purple one, and so is that
One of those is Niobe.
Niobe clematis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we put our spider plant out here underneath there. We have babies if anybody wants any. Lots of babies. Husband couldn't see out the picture.
This is balloon flower, right?
Yeah, this is a pink balloon flower, and then I have 2 blue ones.
Do you ever have trouble with them falling over?
That's why this little gate's in front of it.
I was going to tell you, before they bloom, before they start showing like they're
Yeah.
making buds,
Uh-huh.
you trim
Cut
them back.
Yeah.
And it'll keep them sturdier.
Yeah.
I just trimmed a bunch of them at the children's garden
Okay.
yesterday.
Yeah, I'll try that next time. Because
Now
yeah,
that coral bell that's back there, is that Southern Comfort?
it is.
It's not Southern Comfort.
No, it's
One year I was threatening to go find a bottle of Southern Comfort whiskey, and I was going to
see the color matched.
No, I was going to stick it in their garden. as a label for the plant. But I lost my nerve.
Yes, here's another one, and there's another couple other colors.
Yeah.
And there's a lime green one down there that I've moved it a couple times. It doesn't like anywhere I put it. So
Probably doesn't like being moved.
well, it wasn't doing good where it was, so I thought, the heck with you, you're moving. It'll be moved again.
Gonna put it in the pot and let it get big in the pot.
That's a good idea. Oh, and see all the fringed bleeding heart?
Yeah.
The fern leaf bleeding heart, I should
Yeah.
say. I have two different kinds.
White and pink.
This one blooms everywhere. The paler pink one back there is a king of hearts. But all this color, I have probably 10 of them now.
Yeah, they seem to spread.
And they do great. They spread.
Yeah.
I keep giving them away, and I still have plenty, so that's great.
Is that Ligularia the rocket?
Yes, that's the rocket.
The blooms are starting to come out, but
Yeah.
to form. They're not getting ready to bloom right away.
I had a different Ligularia that has the rounded cut leaves, and I gave that to Lila Arboretum one year. I don't know what they did with it. But
I got one at the Marshall Garden Club meeting the other night. The lady's mother moved into a house, and they just were hundreds of them.
Wow.
And she didn't want them, so
you have to bloom. They have to have a lot of water.
Yes, they do.
They have to be in good shade or have a lot of water.
All the ones that I've had have died because I haven't gardened in the last 5
Right.
years. So they
And then this purple, this is a
Johnson Blue.
Johnson Blue hardy geranium, comes back every year. I was going to cut it back, but I can't because all the flowers are on it and the bees just love it.
Yeah.
So
And if the
I
flowers,
have to leave it till the flowers are pretty much gone. Then I
Yeah.
cut it back and then it comes all back again.
that's
Yeah.
a good. Is that blood good? That
Yeah.
Japanese maple.
Yeah, it's
Is
not.
that blood good?
No.
It's not. No, the leaves are
Hope
bigger.
not, because they get too big. I had those at the last house, and my goodness, I couldn't.
They
believe-
are big trees.
They're a lot bigger than I thought they would.
Yeah,
be.
and the leaves are bigger. Those
Yeah.
are rather small leaves.
I got this over at Mulder's in Ravine Road in Kalamazoo, West Kalamazoo.
Okay. Have we covered everything?
Pretty much. Those hostas, I got those at a friend's husband's house. They were selling the house, and I got those big tall hostas. So I don't know what they are. We just dug them up and planted them here a few years ago.
They look like sagay, but I can't be sure.
Don't they look gorgeous though?
Yeah, yeah.
You should see.
The leaves are a little more upright, and there's two of them that do that. I forget what the
That sounds-
bluish.
Yeah.
One's just a solid bluish color leaf, and then the sagay has the variegated leaf. But they're in the same.
Should see these from upstairs. I love to go up on the deck and look down at my garden. You can spot the weeds easier that way.
Oh well, I wouldn't do it then.
If you, if you can remember when you get back down where you saw that weed.
Yeah.
But they're just gorgeous.
Yeah. A nice big hostas.
Yeah. Like I say, those are my favorite till I lost my 3 trees. And then it's like, okay, I guess I'll plant sunflowers, sunny flowers.
Yeah, I lost a tree, and it's opened up a part of my yard. Well, I think we've got a good taste of your garden here. I'm sure there were some plants that we ignored.
Oh, there's too many to
But
remember.
usually we only talk about the ones that are in bloom.
Right.
Or have colorful leaves.
Understandable. That's why I like interesting leaves, because you don't have flowers as long as you have the good leaves.
Yeah, and Cindy said to say hello,
Oh yeah.
and she's got masses of
I
colored
know.
colored foliage in
Annuals
her
and-
yard.
Yeah,
well, not
they
annuals.
walk here. They walk
Yeah.
here all the time. They walk over here, and we walk. My friend and I walk past their house all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, I think it's time to close it off and be on our way to the next garden.
Fun.
Thanks a lot for letting us come, but also for letting all the people in the area come and tour your garden.
If you would like to become a Master Gardener, call 969-0270, extension 116. If you have questions or suggestions about this show, call 963-1448.
AccessVision. Your voice, your community.